Hi everybody, it's Krista here to do the extended monthly forecast. This is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is for the month of June 2018. I hope that you enjoyed your May 2018 extended forecast. And thanks as always for your likes, shares, and subscribes, for your comments, and your support and encouragement means the world to me, so thank you. I'm going to be doing a new spread for you today. This is the Secrets Revealed spread. 8 cards. Top row is what you're already aware of or is available to you, and the bottom row is the secrets, or what you might not be aware of, or what it's all about. This is a general reading for your sign, so whatever is most prominent in your life at the time you view this is what it is most useful and helpful for. So I hope that you take away some healing and some well wishes at the very least. So what does Pisces need to know for the month of June? There we go. Holy smokes. The bottom of the deck is the Hierophant. So, you know, whoa. So this is a real, and the Ace of Fire into that, holy smokes, like you got to make a move in this direction, or you're being asked to make a move in this direction. But so bottom of the deck energy is sort of like general for the month for you. This is being in the presence of or being involved in commitments, pacts, religious ceremonies, spiritual enlightenment, practitioner. Okay, this isn't just spirituality for the sake of it. This is, you know, you're the expert. This is a practitioner. So you're either this person or within this energy, or having these it's ceremonial. Okay, it's ritualistic. So weddings could occur, pacts, arrangements of all sorts could occur here, but a great deal of wisdom. So it's major arcana, obviously. We have the 5. This is the Pentacles, so it could be 5s to me always represent an upset of some sort, you know, like a shift, a break. So it could be that you're doing something differently here, or it could have to do with the arrangement or the pact being with someone or something that isn't necessarily supported by your environment as well. So you could be shaking things up here within that realm. So it's an exciting card nonetheless for you. Let's get your other cards out for you. Get these so you can see these here. All right, so you have quite a bit of, let's see, wow, you have a very intense month in June ahead. It looks like here. It's not bad, don't get me wrong. There's just a lot of major arcana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 9 cards. And moving. And the Fool. You could be stepping away from something that has to do with a union or a commitment or a spiritual union. There's an ending here. There's your other conflict. There's the Lovers. So either it's one or the other. Just because we have these two, like this very, very exciting energy here, the newness, the intrepid roamer, you know, the vagabond heart, and then the hermit, right? The being alone. So it could be like, if this is a couple situation or a marriage situation, you know, this is the month where you guys like, this is the month that happens. Like if you're a Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising right now, this could be a wedding month for you. I'm just saying. And then, you know, the honeymoon and you both are out. But There are 2 tens, right? Couple of, excuse me, conflict cards, which aren't bad, right? On the face, it's just an energy. And then the Lovers involved under healing and being, balance restored. But then with this an understanding, like rushing to an understanding here, or having to come to terms with this, and then stepping out into the world as a new agent or a free agent. But like I said, if it is a union, it could be that the plans are over. Thank God you can move forward. Everything has been said and done, and you can go heal yourself now. You can be the person that you've needed this whole time without wasting energy on a relationship that wasn't going anywhere. Very interesting. So I think in that sense it'll depend. If that's the case, Pisces, if this is having to do with relationships, and I think I'm going to leave it there. I think the rest of the reading I'll do within a general format, or let's look at applying to all situations. But if you happen to be a Pisces sun, moon, or rising who is experiencing wedding or commitment or vow or pact type situations in the month of June, especially around a decision or a lover situation, or something that needs healing, a definitive ending to a chapter here. If it has to do with that, maybe check out your moon and rising sign readings as well this month, just to give yourself more clarity around what this could be applying to in particular. That being said, let's move forward. So I got into a little bit about what's going on here with all these cards together in terms of a snapshot, how these are working together. Near the beginning of the month, we'll look at this set. Near the end, we'll look at this. The first row is intended to show you what's available to you, what's obvious, what you could be going through already or aware of already. And then this is what's hidden. And this is why it's curious here, or, what is affecting this or causing this, for example. So again, a lot of major arcana. So there's a lot of really potent energy for you. There could be a Cancer sun, moon, rising in your environment, or you could have Cancer in your moon and rising yourself. If that's the case, this is your energy. If not, this is someone else's energy with that sign. This is Aquarian energy here. We also have an infinity with the number 8. This could feel like soul purpose or soulmate situation as well, particularly because it sits on top of the 6, which, it isn't the 2 of Cups, I know, which is a soulmate, but the Lovers is like a divine connection, right? And then we have healing and the infinity, which is, maybe old or reincarnated. But nonetheless, we have the Aquarius. So there could be an Aquarius sun, moon, or rising in your environment, or you could have that in your own chart. Also, Aquarius is ruled by the 11th house, so we could have, friendships, groups of people, sudden changes, electronics. This is sort of what it rules here. But hope and glory, and it also actually rules fame as well. And then, of course, the Fool here at the end, and then the Hermit, which is ruled by Virgo. So you could have a Virgo in your moon or rising, or you could have a Virgo in your environment near the end of the month. So that's what I'm seeing as a snapshot here. Just like I said, it's kind of like these cards are kind of buzzing right now. There's just a lot of energy. There's a lot going on for you in the month of June. It could be that all of this is occurring internally for you, but I'm going to suggest there are there is at least one other actor in your environment. I forget to mention here there could be a Taurus, Libra, or Leo in your environment or in your first 5 planets of your chart as well. Okay, here with the Lovers card. So let's get into it individually one by one. Here we have the 10 of Wands. As I mentioned, you do have 2 10s, and every time we see this, we know that a new chapter is required, and the next level, like if you were to think of it as a video game. There's no death card here, right? Death is like the be-all, end-all, like something is over, the book has actually closed, now you have to put it on a shelf, like something is over. But with the 10s, it's like the chapter's over, something new. It can be, you can refresh, you can start over. You can try again, you can reconsider. But the cool thing about 10s is that you learned from it, right? You can learn from this. You've gone through a lot. And here with the 10 of Wands, this is really a heavy load. And it's carrying it by yourself. But the interesting thing about this energy is that it's willful. Like you've decided to do this. You carried it this long. You went this far. It's kind of like you gave it all you got, like especially with Wands energy in the fire element. It's an action, like it's something you do, it's something you perform. So I mean, this is something that you've probably tried a million times, or you know, if it's, let's just say it's a sport or you're practicing something, you know, you've achieved something here, right? So you can close that chapter and you can take those lessons and apply it to another situation or to the next level. Because underneath it here, what's hidden or what's affecting this energy is the conflict, maybe you could be caught in a little bit of a, like a hamster wheel in this conduct, or in this drama. Like there's no cups. So it's because there's all this, and then with the Hierophant underneath it, there could be like, people aren't just seeing eye to eye here. There's the conflict of lifestyle, like the way people conduct themselves or do things or like live. Like maybe someone's a neat freak and someone's just sloppy, and just no matter how many times you try to figure it out or come up with a solution, it's like it's just, so I mean that's kind of a silly example, but I mean that's the kind of energy that you would be applying this to, for example. So this is what you're gonna or it looks like is going to be occurring near the beginning of June. We do have the stars. I mentioned this is beautiful, healing, star quality energy, okay? This is something that you're either exhibiting or that you're around. Like I said, if it's another person, you could be affected by this person, or you could be affecting other people in this way, or just have this energy in your environment. But yeah, a very healing energy. It's a very expressive energy. It's very social, right? The star card is very social. I think another thing that gets, that I would associate, for example, with the 11th house is, you know, a great deal of sociability. It's actually, it has a lot in common, being the opposite, in fact, of Leo. Leo is social for different reasons than Aquarius, right? Leo wants but they're both highly social. Leo wants the accolades, you know, Leo wants the applause, for example, and no diss Leo. It's just this energy. And then Aquarius wants to make change. Aquarius wants to work in a group, or like another term for Aquarius or 11th house is like mankind or humankind, you know, or sisterhood and brotherhood and that type of thing. So, you know, it's a long-term vision card, which is why it's so curious to me if this is a long-term commitment situation for you, or a vow, or, you know, a highly spiritual matter, or something having to do within the confines of, you know, institutional religious environments, or like like an institution in general, okay, like a high level, something at the high level. You know, if that's the case, like it could very well be the beginning of something, the dawning of something. But because here at the end of the month, like this another ending, like this end of, the dream type thing. And then with the being alone here, it's like, oh, geez, I don't know. So you'll have to tell me. But so as I said, underneath it, we have the lovers here, Taurus, Libra, or Leo. We have a balance, right? This is the balance of something. So even though it's within a different energy, the 5 of fire or wands is a different energy than the lovers. But, numerologically speaking, this is, you've just stepped up. You've just conquered something here. You came to terms with whatever this conflict was, and then you fixed it, right? You got to the lovers. You're like, no, we'll work it out. We'll figure it out. We'll balance it somehow. We're both really important to each other. Or if it's not another person, Pisces, like I said, it's to a project. Like this is how you're acting and behaving around a project or a theme or an idea or a lifestyle or someone you have a crush on. Like, I don't know that part. It's a general reading that way. But this is the energy that's available to you or occurring within the confines of the weeks that month. So that's all I'm reading about here. So it's like you got to another level with it. Like you get comfortable here, or you stop taking something for granted, or there was some healing involved here. Okay, you thought about maybe the bigger picture. And then there's like the 7, right, which is, this is a chakra number. This is a highly spiritual number. And it's also, there's something magical about it. There's a great, here again, we have the element, in my view, with Chariot. I know it's ruled by Cancer, and its purpose is to, full force ahead, full forge ahead, like total commitment, total, full force, this full force energy, major arcana here. But there's the balance, right? There's the light and the dark side here. There's the left and the right. So it's a really nice balance here. So again, it looks like something's really working out. Something has been achieved here, and it's been carried over into the 3rd week of the month, right? And I guess it doesn't have to be a flat out breakup if that's the worst case scenario, and you end up going off on your own, or you got into another tiff, or you're going to try the cycle again, whatever. That could be what's all that's happening. Like, you don't have to necessarily leave a relationship permanently. But because of the major arcana, I'm just saying, like, this could be, the death card isn't here either. Like, unless I get something related to that in your oracle cards, I'm going to say this is just going to be on repeat. Okay. It'll be next level. You'll take this information or experience and bring it to the next phase, but I just don't see it long lasting. It's not going to be, like, it'll just be a new cycle. Something won't have ended permanently. So here is your second 10. This is this 10 of swords. This is, geez, how much can you take type thing. This is like, just kill me now, like, get it over with. But again, when we're dealing with swords, we're dealing with the mind. Like, this is a real, an extremely stressful card. This is a mentally stressful card. It's different in the sense where the 9 of swords is like a lot of anxiety. This is anxiety kind of on, I was going to say on steroids, but it's like, you can be your own worst enemy right now, near the 3rd week. This is a real, like, you might need to communicate something here as well. Like, communicate you're fed up, communicate you've had enough, communicate you can't do this anymore, right? We are dealing with a communication card as opposed to a lifestyle card. And it is your only sword energy. So you've probably had enough here. So I do think that something has to be communicated here, or is being communicated, even if you're not getting it off your chest. It's something you're carrying around with you, and someone could, like, it's going to be evident, it'll be noticed. But this is sort of what's underneath. This is what's sort of driving this chariot energy, like the magical sort of thing. So maybe it's hard to have faith in what you've just come through at this time, or you recognize as well, in order to keep moving forward in a healing fashion and to put this load down, I need to face I need to name what this trouble or anxiety or torment is for me, and either express it or like at least name it and bury it, or try to get past it, or say, like, I've had enough of this. I'm going to turn this page, a new chapter begins, and then, communicate what you want that to be, and make sure you're like, define what that is for you, and then move forward with that. Have that great new idea, or, new way of thinking or solving problems, right? Like, we are dealing with the mind here. So maybe you just need to remember what it was like to have everything you wanted, or to feel the way you wanted, or to be in control of your thoughts, etc. Like, you can switch this script for yourself, I think. But it's curious here, like, you are in a rush. There's a rush here. Here at the end of the month is the Fool. It's actually one of my favorite cards of the entire tarot. So we have a zero. Zero energy is energy. It's incredibly spiritual. The Fool is really, like I said, in the summary at the beginning, it's like the fearless adventurer. There's a real stunning, even the artwork, you can sort of tell, like, there's a stunning beauty to this. It's an embarking. You're embarking on an entirely new adventure. And with the Hermit underneath it, it's hard not to say, like, for yourself, by yourself, right? So embarking on new projects, new concepts, new relationships, new themes in your life, new directions, new thought processes, or belief systems or thinking patterns. Getting out with the old, in with the new, for example. But this is boy, oh boy, like, this is a real release for you too at the end of the month. Like, there's a real, and it could be like, it's almost like, this could seem so overwhelming that you're just like, I need to start over here. But it's also exciting energy. It's different, right? It's not like start over where it's like an ace of air, or an ace of swords rather. It's not like it's not the new idea or the inspiration. It's the move. Like, this is your own movement. Like, you're like, whatever direction whatever way you're going, or thinking or believing or heading here, it's like, now you're like full force, and then you're like, dun, 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 like, ready, willing, able. And then, like I said, curiously, with this, the underneath energy, the hidden there, the secretive energy is, the Hermit here. So this is someone who's willing to tuck themselves away. So it could be that, you are in a hurry to hide yourself or be alone, or this is the best way, like, you embark on this willingly and with, the best intentions, and with the, highest vibrations, with the purest heart here, for example, in being alone. This is you recognizing that's what you need right now. That's what you need in order to really start implementing that healing. And of course, with the 9, this is an incredibly spiritual number as well. So 9 is the ascended master number. So, the hidden truths really are inside. The answers really are within, however trite that sounds. So maybe that's just occurred to me. Maybe that's more the message than, actual happenings. Okay, these came out. I'm going to take them. Yeah, maybe it's just about a directive or an energy or an environment, Yeah, it's hard to think, right, that you're walking away from someone else entirely, or some, big theme in your life, or whatever that general issue is for you. It's almost like you just need to reestablish or reinvent or heal yourself first, or that type of thing. That's what I'm seeing here. And that the answer to that, or that the solution to that, is to go within. is to be that hermit. You know, get close to yourself. Maybe is another way to frame that as well. You know, get close to yourself. You can do that. You can handle the dark and the light sides of yourself. Nope, they flipped right over, so I'm going to take them. You got a lot of oracle cards here, my friend, so let's get through these before we run out of time. You have 2 from the Healing with the Angels. I'll take these together for a second. You have Serenity and Divine Guidance. So yeah, I really feel positive here. You know, the Divine Guidance, I would say, is closely related to the Fool. Believe it or not, you know, this is really having a lot of faith. This is not a calculated risk card. This is very different energy. This is a very faithful card. And of course, with the healing here, you do have the Lovers. There's a great deal of protection and energy regarding beauty here. So divine guidance, absolutely. Don't forget that about gratitude and being grateful and pleased that at all these opportunities. And serenity here with the Hermit, right? I think, again, very closely aligned here. In fact, I'll put them over here. So divine guidance and then serenity, I think just speak again very strongly to this Fool, this very, adventurous, faithful energy here with the serenity, being alone, being with yourself, being your own good company and finding the answers there. Here with the Dog, this is loyalty. This is really beautiful as well. I do think that this Lovers, this is protected energy, and it does come under the auspices, of course, of the Star here, healing and so forth. So I don't think you're necessarily giving up on anything. I just think maybe you need to find a new way of doing things. Here with True Love, this is the romance of a lifetime. Well, here is our answer, I think. Again, if this doesn't resonate with you as a Pisces who is undergoing a breakup or a divorce or anything of that sort, try your moon and rising signs for more clarity on the issue if that's the case. Otherwise, I'm going to suggest that this is something that's ongoing. It's something you and your partner or your pet project or your friend or your family or your business or your lifestyle, whatever this applies to for you, is really, you're solid. You're on solid ground, okay? The love is there. The heart is there, okay? The beauty is there. And a lot of good and richness can come from this. So again, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater here. Check on your commitments. Maybe have a difficult conversation. Even if it's about something you need and want right now, be honest with yourself, and I think it'll be provided to you. And then here, time to go, and then flexible. So again, I'm going to suggest that the time to go is like to remove yourself from the anxiety, stress, and torment, mental torment, and the heavy burden, the load here. It's time to let go. And as I was saying, actually, for the reading before you, the Aquarius reading, it's almost like, I think there could be a focus on receiving as opposed to doing. So maybe less doing, more receiving, more enjoying, okay? More gratitude and richness and problem solving, and healing. Healing is a massive part, remember, of your reading for the month. So listen, if anything is troubling on any level, no matter what this applies to this month for you Pisces, I'm going to suggest that, go within in search of healing and let go of what doesn't serve you anymore. You don't need to carry that load. Again, with the infinity, you could even feel like this is karmic somehow. Again, a lot of strong major arcana energy. So if that's the case, I think you will see for yourself when you go within that it's time to walk from that. You can drop that burden and embark on the path that you were meant to, and stay flexible during this process, okay? Stay flexible about what you want to achieve, your timelines, and ultimately with patience for yourself, with embarking on something new or trying something new or having a lot of faith, even if that's new for you, for example, or if going within, whatever it is that you feel like you could have some fear or trepidation around, I'm going to suggest that that's what the flexible card is applying to. So that is your reading for the month, Pisces. That's pretty intense. So I'm hoping that made sense for you. I'm hoping it was helpful. Make sure you comment, let me know how things work out for you. And until we meet in a couple of weeks, I want you to take excellent care of yourselves. Until then, bye for now.